I think I'm live. And all these tabs I've got open. And I'll be good to go. There I am. See, I'm getting the hang of it already. So it took me, what, 2 weeks? Something like that. Do you know, I better put my glasses on. I don't know why I do this. See, I don't wear my glasses just, but to read anything, I need my glasses on. So there we are. See, now I can see. Hi, Sakura. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello, Wilma. Good afternoon to you. We'll wait till a few more people join, and then we'll get started. Hi, Diana. Hi, Evelyn. Puerto Rico, oh my. He's always staying in the most beautiful places. I'm very good. I'm good this afternoon. As you can tell with the title, before I go any further, I will be talking about like serial killers and things like that. So if you're under 18 maybe, and you don't want to hear about serial killers, I would not watch. Because I'll probably go into depth of what these serial killers have done. And oh, there's my mod in. Hi, sweetie. That's my daughter Amanda. She's my moderator. I'll probably be talking about serial killers and going into detail about kind of what they've done. And the reason behind that is because I've got a weird, it's not even, I can't even use the word attraction, but I've got a weird morbid curiosity with serial killers, and my daughters are the same actually. I've gave it to them. Just because I don't understand where they're coming from. Like today, my other daughter Sophie had told me about this German man that had actually put an ad in the local newspaper saying that he was a cannibal, and he wanted someone to volunteer to come to his house, get murdered, and then he would eat them, basically. And this one crazy guy said that sounds like a good night out for me, and decided to go. And first of all, they cut off his manhood and fried it up with some onion. I mean, it was just absolute brutal. It was brutal. And he videotaped the whole lot. The cannibal, man, it was just, and I just don't understand it. It's something I can't understand. My daughter's phone's crazy. The language that my daughter uses, that's disgusting, isn't it? What kind of mother has she got? How people like this exist blows my mind. Exactly, Diana. And I think that's how I'm so drawn to it. And also, I had put on my Facebook, if you haven't got me on Facebook, add me. It's just Linda Jackson is my name. Add me on Facebook and we can chat. And if you ever want to talk to me privately, send me a private message, etc. But today I was watching for about a millionth time the BTK killer confession, and that's the bind, torture, kill. He was called, and his name was Dennis, wasn't it? It was Dennis. I've watched that many the day. And I've actually got a list here so that I can talk about them. We'll get on to Ted Bundy and Fred and Rose West. Dennis Rader, that's right. It was Dennis Rader was his name. And when he was doing his confession in court, the judge was saying to him, so what did you do in this house? What did you do to this family? And he was just like, well, I tortured them. I put a bag over their head. And it was as if he was just talking about what he had for his dinner the night before. I don't understand that. Hi, Carol. Oh, you're so cute. Fellow squashers or little berries. So what we'll do is we'll talk about Big Brother and Foxes first, and then we'll go on to the juicy gossip of the serial killer. Big Brother last night, it was Paul that went out and Brandy. Brandy went out, but I felt as if they should have kept Paul in because he was quite good at mixing it up, and he was fighting with Gemma all the time. So I'm quite upset that he went. Although I do like Helen and Derek. I do like the two of them, but they're a little bit boring. Do you know, they're probably my kind of people, and I class myself as boring. You know, I would mingle with them absolutely great, but to be in the house, you want to see a bit of fireworks going on. You want to see a bit of bitchiness, and oh, you can't wait to watch it because there's going to be a huge fight, etc. So they're out. So next, I think it's Tuesday night, and there's going to be another two that leave on Tuesday night, and they're all going in to do a task, the cube. And I don't. Everybody in the UK will know what the cube is because Philip Schofield normally does that show. But I don't know if they've got it in the USA or other places. But basically what they've got is, I think this is what they're doing in Big Brother, is they've got a task and they put it in a cube, and you've got so much time to do this task. Say it's putting balls in the holes, and you've got 20 seconds to do it kind of thing, and you've got to do it and your hands are slipping. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a against the clock kind of challenge. So I think that's going to be good. Amanda said, I think people are voting to get people put instead of voting to keep their favourites in, because I think Paul was good. Amanda, see, since they've done that, and it's a vote to save, it's been all over the place. Years ago, when it was you voted for who you wanted out, it was better. But I think they need more money, and that's why it's a vote to save. Because say you want such and such out, that means you're going to vote 5 times to keep the 5 people in. Whereas before, it would just be you'd use your 5 votes on voting them out. So it's all a money-making thing. But I think that's what happened, because a lot of people would have voted for Helen and Derek to stay in. And that's why that happened. But Paul, I think Paul's happy he's out. And you've whatever you think of Paul, you've got to give it to the guy. He went in and he had a problem with alcohol, and I don't know what else he was into, but he stayed absolutely clean in the house. And I'll tell you something, after having 2 nights in the house, I'd be right into the gin and tonic with the people. So I think it's Tuesday. Tuesday, 2 people. What am I hoping for? See, I'd like to see Gemma, but it's fireworks for Gemma, and maybe I was going to say Barry, but Sean. Maybe Sean and Derek. Because I love Sandy. I love Sandy. I think Sandy's beautiful. I really do love Sandy. Sandy to win, I think. She's lovely inside and out, the woman. She really is. So, and also here, I don't know if any of you noticed, but I noticed Brandy's eviction outfit. Did anyone notice it was a little bit too high area? The split in the skirt was way up past her actual crotch, and you could see her knickers. You could see her knickers. It's going to be in the papers. I'm sure people have screenshotted it. But when she was coming down the stairs on Ryland's show, Big Brother's bit on the side, she was coming down the stairs. She was trying to kind of hold the split of her skirt, but you could see her drawers. Personally, I wouldn't have worn that. I'd have had to have stitched it or something. But there you go. I noticed that. In Paul's trousers, as we say in Glasgow, his cat was dead. Hi, Caitlin. People say in Scotland, if you're wearing trousers and they're kind of halfway up your leg, they'll say your cat died or your cat's dead. So Paul's cat was dead last night with his trousers, definitely. But you know, he's got his own wee style. He went in. In fact, my mum was watching when he went in, and she said, "What was he wearing?" Because he had trousers on, but like a skirt kind of thing as well. I don't even know if they've got a name, they trouser skirt things. I'm sure they have. But anyway, he went in with a suit with that on. And you know, it was quite funny. But I'm going to miss Paul. Right, so we've talked about Big Brother. Let's talk about foxes. Amanda, you'll like this story as well. My mum and dad, my other live stream I was talking about, there's a fox that's terrorising my mum and dad. And it's coming into the garden every single night, and it's digging up huge bits of my mum and dad's flower beds. It's digging the whole place up. And my mum said when she went out, there was a mound of earth sitting, actually shoveled it out the flower bed. And then the fox has gone over and having a crap right next to their door. And, you know, all over the place, shitting everywhere. So they've tried everything. My mum has went over and sprinkled garlic salt all over the place and everything like that. And it's still come in. So, Amanda, your grandpa went and bought a solar thing. Sonar. And it makes this noise that dogs and cats and everybody can hear, all the animals can hear. And apparently its eyes flicker if anything walks in front of this machine. It makes this terrible sound, and it's got eyes that blink like this, right? And it's to scare off anything that goes near. So my mum was out the other night, and her wee dog called Susie had walked by it, and it was blinking and made this terrible noise. So my mum said it sounds as if it's going to be really good. So the next morning, my mum has a look out, and it doesn't look as if the garden's been dug up. It doesn't look as if it's been dug up at all. So she thought, oh my goodness, the machine's actually worked. See, when they went outside, the fox had done 2 massive shits right next to the machine. Right next to it. So the machine must have been going off, and its eyes would have been blinking, and this fox has just thought, take that. That's what you get. So, Amanda, your grandpa has peed in a jug and they have went out and poured the urine all round the garden. And last night it never came in. Sprinkle human hair in the garden. You can go to hair salon, ask for a big bag of hair because they hate the smell of multiple people. Okay, good idea. But the pee seems to have worked last night. I know, Amanda, that even the thought of it your grandpa's pee all round the garden. But that seems to have worked. And they spent something like £20 upwards on this machine that's meant to scare off anything. And the fox clearly showed them what he thought of this machine. And the whole time the fox would have been crouched over. This machine would have been blinking and woo, woo, making a noise. The fox is just like. So there you go. The pee seems to have worked. Caitlin, the pee, no, Grandpa. I know, Amanda, horrible thinking about your grandpa doing that, but it's worked. And it's only male pee because of the testosterone in it or something. ASMR Mus, Blueberry, I've messaged you a few times on Twitter. ASMR Mus, I'm never on Twitter. The only time I'm on Twitter once in a blue moon, but my videos do automatically get uploaded to Twitter, so you think I'm on Twitter. See if you get me on Linda Jackson on Facebook. Contact me there, and we'll talk about maybe a collab or something. I would love to keep the foxes a wee pet, Amanda, but they're not really. They're wild animals. I would hate that. You know, I hate seeing wild animals in captivity. Oh, Carol says I had trouble. A skunk was advised to put fox urine and fences in my yard. A skunk. I've never seen a skunk ever. Oh, excellent ASMR Mus. Linda Jackson, and just add me. Yes, Amanda, the fox jumping on the trampoline. Has anyone seen that? It was last year's advert. Who was it? John Lewis? John Lewis, I think it's John Lewis, Amanda. Every year they put out a video and it's always really beautiful. You know, they spend a lot of money and time on these adverts. And last year it was a trampoline in the garden. And a fox comes out and it goes on the trampoline, starts jumping, and then a badger comes out and starts jumping, and then squirrels were jumping up in the air. It was just beautiful. I've got goosebumps. Can't wait for Christmas. They're very skittish. I've heard if you get sprayed with a skunk, tomato juice, I've heard, takes the smell away, but apart from that, I don't think you could. See what I'm doing? Always doing it. Get the smell of skunk away. Oh, Diana, look it up. John Lewis adverts, look them up. They're beautiful. They're honestly, it's kind of like the Coca-Cola adverts at Christmas. As Christmas is approaching, you can't wait to see the Coca-Cola adverts and the Coca-Cola truck and everything. Well, that's what the John Lewis in the UK. You can't wait to see them. And do you know what else? And my Scottish friends will know this. The Iron Brew advert. And it's the snowman. And he's walking in the air. And it's a snowman, and he's got a can of iron. The boy's got a can of iron brew, and the snowman wants it, and the boy won't give him the can of iron brew. And then the snowman throws the boy away, and the boy's falling down to the ground like that, and the snowman's going away drinking the iron brew. Caitlin says, I'm from Kentucky, and the only thing that gets skunks off is tomato paste and juice. And it's a very hard scrubbing brush. Oh. Yes, Mus says, I miss iron brew. I love iron brew. I like to be skunked, but they look so cute. The snowman nicked my iron brew. I know, Amanda, it's just beautiful. Amanda, can you remember making a snowman at my doorstep and no one could get in or out? And it turned to ice. This was the winter that it was something like -16. It was so cold that my gas pipes, this was over another house, my gas pipes had frozen up outside and I had to get cotton wool and I had to coat all my gas pipes in cotton wool and I had to boil kettles of water and go out and pour the water over the cotton wool to unfreeze the gas pipes. And Amanda thought it would be a good idea to build a snowman. And overnight it turned to ice and it was a big snowman and I couldn't get rid of it. It was there for about 2 months and I was constantly pouring water over it, water over it. It was a laugh seeing the postman trying to get to the door, mind you. I thought you would like it, but it didn't turn out as planned. I know, Amanda, you were probably under the influence. Say no more. Amanda and her friend Lauren, if Lauren's watching. Peter was talking about that on Sunday, was he? It just shows you. I do love the autumn and the winter are my favourite seasons. Love them. I love the feeling of the autumn and seeing the leaves falling off the trees and everything. It's just so beautiful. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not a grass. If anybody doesn't know, if you're a grass, it's like a, what do you call it in the USA? If somebody's a grass, oh, see you later, ASMR Muzz. What do they call it in America? Even when they're in jail. Snitch. That's what it is. It's a snitch. Yes, snitch. I just couldn't think of that there, and I watch all the prison. My mind just went absolutely blank. A snitch, that's what a grass is. And by God, you were never a grass at school. That's the worst thing you could be, was a grass. I was never a grass. I could never be a grass. No. Let's get into the serial killer talk. So, if you don't like that kind of thing, then don't watch, because it's going to be probably some graphic things, because I've got a list here of some of the serial killers I'm just looking up. And a few of these, if you're in the USA, you might not know, because a few of them are actually in the UK. There's one that I don't see when I'm looking down the list. Tattletale. Amanda, that. So there's one I don't see, but he wasn't really a serial killer. Hold on, I'll try and get his name up. And if you're into watching these kind of things like I am, right, I've got his name now. Okay, he's not so much a serial killer, but in Scotland he done one of the most horrific, well, I suppose it would be serial killing crimes, and his name is Thomas Hamilton, and it was 18 children that he killed, and it was in Dunblane School in Scotland. And I remember that day, and where my house was really close to a motorway. I think in America you call it the highway. And you could hear, if there was emergency vehicles going up and down, you could hear. And there was this one day in particular, and I could hear sirens, you know, lots and lots and lots of them. Hi, RFC13. Oh, thank you so much. Love you too. This day I could hear all these sirens, and it was Dunblaine's about 20 minutes from me on the motorway. And what had happened was this Thomas Hamilton he'd fell out with a lot of people in the town of Dunblane. And he used to take Boy Scout, he was a Boy Scout leader and things like that, and he'd done a lot in the community. And this was back when you could buy a gun, a licensed gun in Scotland. And I think he had some handguns, etc. And in those days, there was no fencing around the schools or anything like that. There was no fencing around the schools. And he walked into Dunblane Primary School, and there was all these primary ones. Now that's children aged 4 and 5 years old. And he just opened fire on them, and he shot 18. It was the most horrendous thing ever. In my memory is watching on the news, the parents running, they didn't know what primary it was and who was it, and all these absolutely terrified parents running to school. And my children were young. I don't think wee Peter was born, Amanda. I think it was just June Sophie. And it was the most gut-wrenching, absolute, major blood run cold. And I don't see him on the serial killer list, but I think he should be up there because that was the most disgusting thing ever. How, I mean, you look at children that age and you think, oh, they're so cute and beautiful, and you know, and to go into, and they were doing gym at the time, and some of the teachers get killed as well. They had some of the teachers were pushing children, trying to push them, you know, out the road, and they all got killed as well. And then he shot himself. That was, you know, I was going to say that was the worst thing. That's not the worst thing. The worst thing was these children. But killing himself, I would want him to live so that he could go to jail, and so, because as soon as he went to jail, I can guarantee you they would never say it. They would never say it. But the security guards, the prison officers, the other prisoners would have got him. They would have got him. Because, you know. Hi, Natasha. Just wee babies. I know, Amanda, they hadn't even lived a life. It was so gut-wrenching. Caitlin said it's like a guy here in America that attacked Sandy Hook. He killed 23 children and 3 adults. That, Caitlin, I'll need to look at that. Ages 4 and 6, so sad and disgusting. Anita says we have several of those types of things here. Very, very sad. You know, I just can't understand it. So that's the worst for me, and that's something that I won't watch. Now I'm watching the BTK killer, and I'm watching Jeffrey Durham, I think his name is, and things like that. But see that the Dunblane thing, I can't watch it. And Andy Murray, if he's into tennis, Andy Murray was in that school. He was there that day that happened. I don't know what primary he was in. I think he might have been in primary 2. But he was there that day, and that haunts that man. And Amanda will tell you, Since then, all the schools in Scotland, I mean, even us, I'm right across from a school, we've all got 7-foot railings all the way around the school. That's what we've got. You know, and you think, why did they not always have that? But you just never thought in your wildest dreams someone would do that. Oh, Caitlin says, I think in the last 5 years we'd have 50 school shootings. I can't stand to see children harmed no matter what age. Caitlin, it's just, it makes me feel sick. It makes me feel physically sick. I just, you know, it really does. So he should have been there. And I'm looking at a site called The Most Evil Serial Killers, and he's not in it, but he should have been in it because he was an evil bastard. Let's look. Another one in the UK that you've probably heard of was Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. They were another two disgusting. You know, I don't even want to call them humans because they're not human. They killed 5 children between 1963 and 1965 in Manchester, and they took them to the moors. But Myra Hindley, she's still living. She's still alive. She was the one that used to entice. Or do you know what she would do? She would say to the children, she'd go to fairgrounds, say to the children, your mum told me to come and get you. Your mum's not well. She's in the doctors. You need to come with me. And she would snatch these children for Ian Brady, and then they would murder them and take them to the moors and bury them. And the thing was, there was an old lady. I can't remember her son's name. I can see her son's picture, and all she wanted for Ian Brady was for him to tell her where her son was buried. And I think he died not that long ago, didn't he? And she died as well, and he had never told her where her son was buried. And that was absolutely, he wanted these ashes scattered on the moors. That just shows you what a warped piece of shit he was. That just shows you what a warped, absolute piece of shit. Sorry, but you know, it really does get me. They were the worst, vile creatures, and they didn't even give the poor mother the location of her son. Princess, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's absolute heartbreaking. Amanda says, well, apparently he wrote a letter and gave it to his lawyer to read after he died. But the letter went missing. Of course it went missing. The letter would have said, fuck you, or something, knowing him. That's what it would have said. Because another saying in UK, he was getting his jollies off that, you know. He was feeling special, and it was giving him some kind of power, knowing that and not disclosing that information. So he was another. But Myra Hindley's going to boot the jail as if she's Mrs. Wonderful, and has all these people running after her and sucking up her arse. I would like to go just to 5 minutes so I could make a shank and shank the bitch. Fred and Rose West is another couple in the UK, and William Sutcliffe is the other one in the UK. William Sutcliffe was known as the Yorkshire Ripper. Between 1981, he killed 13 women. And I think he went to the red light districts. He went to the red. I know, Princess, it's terrible. Amanda says, I hated it when he was dying. Everyone was trying to make it as pain-free as possible. And Amanda, I'd have put cocktail straws up his fingernails. That's what I'd have done. I'm not even going to say what else, just it's it brings out some dark things in you that you think you would do to these people. Yes, Anita, I'm watching things about serial killers just now. I don't always watch these kind of things, but this is just today's topic of discussion. We're talking about serial killers. Who else was I looking at? Well, John Wayne Gacy, he was one that was in America, wasn't he? Did he not used to as a clown? I think he did. 33 teenage boys he murdered. That's right. He used to dress as a clown. John Wayne Gacy. I know, Amanda. I know. See, you think about these kind of things when you see these people. But John Wayne Gacy, he used to dress as a clown, so he did. Jeffrey Dahmer, an American serial cannibal, was brutally killed in prison. Yes, Carol, I know. Jeffrey Dahmer, if I'm not mistaken, he was picking up hitch home, and he was a cannibal as well, was he not? I think he was. He's probably on my list. Good riddance. He's probably on this list. You know, what was the other one? The Iceman. Did you see him? I can't even remember his name. I don't see him. He was called the Iceman, and he was more. He didn't do it for a kick. He was like a hitman, and they called him the Iceman because after he had, the people would pay him to do a hit, and he would take them, and then he would freeze their body, and then dump their body 2 years after that, so that if when the coroner would think it was like a fresh kill. In fact, he'd murdered someone on Christmas Eve in his house, and he had young children at the time, and he was making dolls' houses and things like that. And he got a call that he had to go out and do a hit, and he went out and he'd done the hit, and he'd killed the man in the car, and then he had come back, and the interviewer had said to him, "How did you feel about that?" He says, "Oh, I felt frustrated because I was trying to build one of the kids' toys." Nothing about what he'd just done two minutes ago to a man in the car. He was fed up because he had to build some toys for his kids for Christmas. Cold, you know. Was he the one that made lampshade stuff with people's skin? No. I don't know. Maybe he did. That was Buffalo Bill. That's right. That was Buffalo Bill. Caitlin. See, I'm interested in all that. There was a few people that done it. I know they done it in the Holocaust also. I don't know if you've ever seen that, because a lot of the footage of Holocaust victims and things like that had been destroyed. But that's what a lot of the SS men in Hitler's time done. It's just, who thinks of these kind of things? And also, I was talking about today how I love to watch the interrogation videos on YouTube. Have you watched them? Of course, the Jodi Arias trial, I'm obsessed with that. I've watched all of the trial, every video, read the books, everything. But also the Russell Williams interrogation video. He got his idea from the Nazis, I know, sick people. But Russell Williams, he was a Canadian Air Force man, and he was so highly ranked that he used to fly the Queen about. If the Queen went to Canada, the Queen, you know, he'd be the man. He was the man of the base. To everyone, he was a serial killer. And not only was he a serial killer, he used to break into people's houses, and the first thing he would do would be go to the ladies' lingerie drawer, and he would take all their bras and all their knickers and everything like that, right? So if you're interested, watch that interrogation, because he goes into the room and he's acting like Mr. Big Man, and the interrogator just starts talking to him and everything like this. And Caitlin says, if you like scary true stories, you should check out Mr. Nightmare on YouTube. All the stories are true, submitted from his fans. I will do that, Caitlin, because I love things like that. So the interviewer started talking to him, and he was like, oh, Mr. Big and everything. And as it went on, they took his boots off, and they took impressions of his shoes and things like that. And they more or less had caught him. They'd caught him. They caught his tire tracks at someone's house, and they knew it was him. And when they went actually to his house, and they were looking for all the evidence, they found boxes and boxes and boxes of women's knickers and bras. So then they started looking a bit further, and they found all these videos and pictures, and it was all pictures of him wearing the knickers and bras. And he's got the big manly hairy chest. He's got the big hairy chest, and he's standing in the pictures like that with the bras and the knickers on. Need to, if you're interested in this kind of thing, his name is Russell Williams. You need to watch his interrogation tape on YouTube. It is just, it's something else. And the interrogator, he's just fantastic, the man. He's just fantastic. Hi, Wendy. How are you this afternoon? So I love that. Do you think serial killers have a natural pathos to kill? Nathan kill. I think, Carol, I don't know. Sometimes I think they're born with it, and then other times I do think something just clicks in people, the way they're treated. Anita, if a creeper comes into her, he's going to come wearing a terrier on his crotch. MD comes into this house, they've got two Jack Russells on them. Sometimes I think people can be born normal, but they're treated so badly that it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. And there's some people that are just born with it, and it's just a natural thing, because some of these serial killers, you look and they've had an ideal. For instance, the man I was talking about in the beginning, the German guy, He had a fantastic childhood. He had horses on the farm, and he had friends to play with and everything. Oh, Barcelona, my heart goes out to everyone in Barcelona and Spain. It's just absolute tragic, Emily. Wendy said, are you doing lotus pose? I said lotus pose challenge in your live chat popped up. I don't know why my live chat popped up. I don't even know what that is, to be truthful. I guess a lot of them have a very weak nerve system. Heartbroken for Spain. It's got to the stage you're watching the news is just heartbreaking. It's just one thing after another. Just one thing after another. Nobody's safe anymore. They're going to need to put bollards round every public walkway and shopping centre. I don't know how they're going to fix it. I just don't know what they're going to do or what's going to happen next. My goodness, there's a lot happening outside. Don't know what's going on. The lotus pose is sitting cross-legged with your right foot and your left thigh. And just, oh, I've seen that. A yoga pose thing. I don't know why matcha. I mean, I'm the last one ever that can stretch like that. I know, Diana, it's just... Can I do it? The yoga pose? No. No, I wish I could. Anita, if that would work, I'd be out peeing. I did pee. Carol, if I could do yoga, I'd be happy doing the yoga. I can hardly put my drawers on in the morning. Bending down, I'm like, oh, my back. Oh. Before I do anything, it's my back. Oh, hello in Korea, South Korea. Your English seems great. From killers to yoga. That's a great thing about live chat, Amanda, that I love. You can be just talking about one thing. Anita, my back was getting better, and I don't know, I've done whatever I've done before, because it's the same pain that's back again. Caitlin, I can't even imagine what it's like over in America just now. We're watching in the UK, and it just seems like absolute chaos is happening. Every time I put on the news, it's just something else. Ben, I really don't think I want to try it, because if I try it, Amanda and that's got the spanner might be taking me to hospital. I might just... I'm 46 this year. Amanda, I've got a bad back. I can't... Wendy. As I say, sometimes it's hard to even bend down. For those of you who don't know, I've actually got scoliosis. And it's quite bad scoliosis. It's a bend at the bottom of my spine. But not only have I got this bend at the bottom of my spine, I've got an extra vertebrae. It's in the shape of a V and it's wedged in. Okay, wrong chat. Bye. Bye, Bendy, Wendy. And good luck with your bending. And this is Civil War 2. Oh, I hope it doesn't come to that. I really do. I really hope it doesn't come to that. I love your haircut and makeup videos, Brooke. Thank you so much. My makeup today is with my Jeffree Star palette. I love it. I love how big the shadows are. And I've got Rich Bitch on today. I wish I could do yoga. My goodness. Hi, Jenny. How are you? My goodness, if I could do yoga. Oh. Bye, Anita. You have a wonderful day. So, who else was I talking about? I was looking at, Harold Shipman. Have you heard of him, anyone? Harold Shipman must be probably one of the worst in the world. He was an English doctor that killed 250, if not more, people. And they were all older people. And he would befriend them and he would get them to write him as his next, him as the next of kin. And then he would give them a lethal dose of morphine and kill them. Well, thank you, Carol. That was the Urban Decay Moondust palette I used in that video, sparkly. There is a chair yoga. I've never got into yoga, but it's something I would like to give a go. Saying that, I would end up in pain. I would end up, my back, my leg, everything would be pulled out. Oh well. So Harold Shipman, he was, if you haven't heard of him, look into him. Oh, lovely people commenting. You would have to come down and unknot me. It'd be terrible, Amanda. No, I couldn't. I'm best not. Water aerobics, White Mountain dreaming. Now that sounds good. I'm a water baby. I love the water. I love swimming and oh, that sounds really good fun. Oh. So let me just see who else I'm talking about. We've covered him. Ted Bundy, right? He's the last one we'll talk about. Where is he? There he is. He's at number 10. At least 12 victims, but you'd think that he had more, you know. But he was brutal. He was brutal, the man. The electric chair in 1989. And the thing was, with Ted Bundy that I found hard to believe, while he was inside jail, he was getting marriage proposals with crazy women. The man had brutally murdered women and been open about it and said, yes, I brutally murdered them. And then there's women writing to him and while he's in jail. Did they think, oh, he wouldn't do that to me? I don't know. You know, some that they don't understand it. But my mum hadn't even realised what Ted Bundy had done. And I had sent her a link to a video that's on YouTube, and it's Ted Bundy's life. But then I took it away again because I thought I really don't want my mum seeing that because it's so bad. Diana said, I want my daughter to do water aerobics. She is 6 and autistic and she absolutely loves water. I feel it would be good for her. Perhaps something that would help her when she's grown up. Or yes, there's something about water. Even just like as I do ASMR, that kind of thing, there's always the kind of sound of water that's calming and peaceful to people. Even lying in my bed at night listening to the rain, there's always something calming, I think, about water. When you're in water, it's just a calm feeling you get with it. She would love it. I'm sure your daughter would absolutely love it, Diana. And there's a swimming baths not far from me, and I've actually thought about going up. But it's the thought of getting into a swimsuit again and plunge. But I should do it. I should make a point in going up and maybe, because I think I would love it. So anyway, that's about an hour I've been on, and we've covered our Big Brother serial killers and foxes. I mean, that's just crazy. Westerwood, Amanda. We should go to the one in the Tries because Westerwood, it's a fortune to get in there, whereas the Tries doesn't. So thank you everybody for joining me this Saturday afternoon. Very interesting talking about all these subjects, and it's been really nice spending this time with you. So thank you all once again, and I'll be back again on Monday. My brother, we'll see what's happening and who's up for eviction this time. So have a wonderful weekend, and as usual, I send you all my love and all my hugs. Bye everybody.